Hi everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Lamplight City, where we are trying to track down Ronan's killer. We believe it's probably Tom Puffin, but at the moment we don't have anything that will allow us to accuse him. We can only accuse Jimbo. So we're going to do a bit of backtracking, see if we can find out any more clues that we might have missed. And I'm going to start off with Upton at the police station, just to see if there's anything else that she can tell us. And then I think we'll just literally talk to everyone we can.
Can you talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly. What's on your mind?
On my mind is... Can we review the case, or is that gonna...
I'm guessing you can't go over this case with me either.
I have to distance myself completely from this one. So when you figure it out, you'll need to speak directly to Mrs. Morgan.
Okay.
I can still try and help you if there's something specific giving you trouble, though.
I'll let you get back to work.
And you'd better do the same.
So we need to speak to Mrs. Morgan when we've figured it out. So I don't want to accuse Jimbo yet, because I'm not convinced that it is Jimbo. I think it's Tom Puffin, especially given the letters. The problem is we don't really know what to do to accuse him. So we're just going to go through, we'll talk to absolutely everyone possible and hope that someone will actually speak to us more than we currently can. Dr. Edwards.
Yes?
Okay, we can talk to Dr. Edwards about opium effects.
Edwards,
Let's do that.
You know much about the effects of opium?
Quite a great deal, unfortunately. It's all the rage these days. Most people use it to calm the nerves or relieve pain, but it's highly addictive and has numerous adverse effects.
Such as?
It depends, really. Most common are sweating, nausea, memory loss, or blurred vision. But more serious cases can lead to hallucination, violent mood swings, coma, or even death. I just had a case in here a few weeks ago who died from an opium overdose. It wasn't pretty.
Doesn't sound like it. Thanks for the information, Edwards.
Anytime.
Okay, so we've got some information. We've got a clue. Okay.
I'll be going now, Edwards.
Take care, Fordham.
So we've got a clue off the back of that, which is nice.
Things are starting to fall into place here, Miles. Between the letters, the missing gun, and what Edwards told us about the effects of opium, I think we have enough evidence to consider Puffin a suspect.
Oh, there we go! No way! Okay, so that was all we needed then. So now we've got Tom Puffin as a suspect. Okay, in love with his nephew's fiancée and appears to be sending her letters posing as his nephew, and he's also an opium addict. Okay, so according to Dr. Edwards, the most common effects of opium use are sweating, nausea, memory loss, or blurred vision. So I wonder if the blurred vision could potentially have got him to confuse his nephew with somebody else. No, actually, thinking about it, I don't know. I'm sure it's him. I'm absolutely sure it's him. So, what do we do now? Can we talk to Upton again? Maybe we just now go and accuse him with Mrs. Morgan? Where was Mrs. Morgan again?
Keep up the good work, Upton. I might have some more questions later.
I have no doubt you will.
Okay. So we can return to Mrs. Morgan and accuse Jimbo, or return to Mrs. Morgan and accuse Tom Puffin. I'm more leaning towards Tom Puffin, I'll be honest, than Jimbo. Jimbo did seem very suspicious at first, but... Okay, where's Mrs. Morgan? Do we remember where she was? Was she in the bakery? I think she was, wasn't she? Yes, that's right. Right. Emily Morgan. Let's see if we can get any more clues from her.
Have you got time for a few more questions, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. Right, we can ask about Jimbo and Priscilla. Let's do that.
Are you familiar with someone who goes by the name Jimbo?
No, I don't think so. Who is that?
A friend of Ronan's.
No, as I told you, I didn't know Ronan to have any friends.
Right.
I especially don't recall him mentioning anyone called Jimbo.
Not surprising. Priscilla.
Did Ronan know anyone named Priscilla?
Priscilla? No, I never heard that name before. Who is she?
Just a name that's come up in my investigation.
I wonder if Ronan had finally met a young woman.
Oh, boy. Now you've done it.
Yeah, about that. Alright, wrap up case. Should we do it? I mean, we've got it's got to be Tom, right? All the clues point to Tom, and we've got the chance
I've completed my investigation of your brother's murder, Mrs. Morgan.
You have? Oh, that's such a relief to hear. Who killed him?
Jimbo or Tom Puffin? I think it was Tom Puffin. I don't think it was Jimbo, honestly. We're going to go with Tom Puffin. We might be wrong. But given that you know, we know about the letters and his drug use and all that kind of stuff. I don't think Jimbo would have done it. So we're going Tom.
It was Tom Puffin, choir master at St. Denis Cathedral.
What? But why would a member of the church do something like that?
Puffin is in love with his nephew Ned's fiancée, Priscilla. He's even gone so far as to intercept their letters and write to each of them under false pretenses. Mr. Puffin is also an avid opium user and is prone to fits of rage as well as hallucinations. The evening of the murder, Puffin was at the Silent Raven, and in his opium-induced fog, mistook your brother for Ned.
That's it.
He had his pistol on him, and his rage and jealousy got the better of him. Poor Ronan was simply in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yep.
And what about the clothes he was wearing? Or why he was in Chumley in the first place?
Cooping.
I'm afraid your brother fell victim to a cooping gang. They dragged him to Chumley and forced him to vote multiple times. He was wearing someone else's clothes as part of a disguise.
My poor brother. So what happens now?
Now, I'll inform Miss Upton of my findings, and she'll send an officer along to arrest Puffin. From there, justice will be served accordingly.
I see. Thank you for your help, Mr. Fordham.
I feel like we got this one right, honestly. Achievement unlocked, mistaken identity. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Do we get this one right?
Yes, may I help you,
I feel like we
officer?
did.
You're under arrest for the murder of Ronan Lespay.
What? Oh, God. So it wasn't a dream.
Yes, we did get it right.
Come along, sir. We need to question
Yes.
you at the station.
God, this game is so tense. Oh, we're back here.
Miles, you've been coming in here a lot lately, but you've never looked quite this glum. What's going on?
I've bungled things pretty badly at home. Been staying with a friend the past couple of weeks.
I see. What happened?
I haven't been honest with my wife. Coming here and drowning my sorrows hasn't really helped, oddly enough. No. And yet, it's all I can do to keep from going crazy.
You know, Miles, I've seen and heard a lot of things over the years. Some of the stories would turn your hair white. But through it all, I've come to learn one thing. It's usually not too late to make things better, but only if you let yourself try.
Thank you for the advice, Patrick.
Good advice.
All I can do is give it, Miles. Whether you choose to take it or not is entirely up to you. Now, would you like another gin?
No, thank you. This time I really do need to be on my way.
Ooh, we can visit Adelaide or go back to Upton's. Let's visit Adelaide.
I should go and see how my wife is doing.
I see. Well, have a good night, Miles. And good luck to you.
Maybe it's not too late to salvage things. Oh, is she not here? Oh, no, she is.
In the ether.
Oh, please tell me we can salvage things.
Miles, this is a surprise.
Hello, dearest, I've been an idiot. Hello, dearest, may I come in? Hello, dearest, I've decided to forgive you. What? She didn't do anything wrong. I've been an idiot. Let's just be straight up and be honest, shall we?
Addy, it's so good to see you. I've been such an idiot lately.
Well, I'm glad you can admit to it.
We're just gonna be...
Would you like to come in?
Very much.
I think we're just gonna apologise. We're not gonna do anything stupid here.
Was there something you wanted to talk about?
I wanted to see how you were doing. I wanted to apologise for how I acted. I wanted to finally tell you the truth. Huh. Should we just tell the truth? I mean, apologise, yes. Should we tell her the truth? Let's tell her the truth and then apologise.
I've given it a lot of thought, and I think it's time I finally told you the truth.
We should have done this a long time
Miles, what
ago.
are you doing? You know this is a terrible idea.
The truth?
About why I've been acting the way I have been since Bill died.
Well, go on. I'm listening.
Don't do it, Miles. You know it's a one-way ticket to Riverview if you do.
We're gonna do it. If there's anybody we can tell about this, it's got to be Addy, right? So let's just do it. This might be the wrong choice. I honestly don't know, but we're gonna do it.
I've been hearing Bill's voice ever since he died.
Fordham, what is wrong with you?
Shut up, Bill.
His voice?
I can't believe this! You've just destroyed your life! I hope you realize that!
Yes, in my head, at all hours. That's why I was taking the soporific. It was the only way to keep him quiet. Or so I thought. Turns out that alcohol has the same effect.
What does he say to you?
The type of things he'd say when he was alive. Snarky comments, inappropriate jokes. Mainly, he nags me to find the flower shop burglar. He thinks doing that will let him find peace and move on.
I see.
I told you you'd think I was crazy.
Please don't think we're crazy.
Don't be ridiculous, Miles. It's nothing like that. It's just, I wish you had told me sooner is all.
I know, but I was afraid.
Well, I'm glad you finally trusted me. You know, you could have all along.
So, you're all right with it?
It is quite a lot to take in. I think I'll need some time to mull it over. But what matters now is that we can work through this together.
I understand. Well, I should probably go. It was lovely to see you again, Addy.
Lovely to see you too, Miles.
I think...
Perhaps I'll stop by again next week?
Or sooner, if you'd like.
Sure. Like the men in white coats aren't gonna have you taken away by then.
Right. I'll see myself out then.
Good night, Miles.
See, Bill's voice seems to be pretty mad and insinuating that that's going to have negative consequences, but... I don't know. Addy seemed pretty receptive to the honesty on it, you know. So, I don't know.
Fordham, wake up.
Huh? He just leapt over the side. I don't... Oh, Upton. What's going on?
Goodness, Fordham. You look terrible. Is everything all right?
Just had some trouble sleeping. More than usual.
Well, I hope you've rested enough, because I've got something very important to show you.
Oh, wonderful. If we're sharing information now, are you gonna tell Upton about me as well?
Shut up, Bill.
What is it?
There's been a murder.
Okay. And there's murders every day in this city. Is there anything special about this? That's a weird response. Is there anything special about this one?
I assume this one is special somehow, or you wouldn't be bringing it to me.
I thought that great detectives never assumed.
There are exceptions to every rule.
Anyway, you're right. The victim in question is a member of Parliament. A man named Percival McDonough, to be precise.
Ooh.
But this is the real corker. The murder is clearly the work of the Justice Killer.
The Justice Killer. It's not the first we've heard of a Justice Killer. The Justice Killer? What are you talking about? You mean that mass murderer I've been hearing about?
The Justice Killer? Is that the mass murderer I've been hearing about?
The very same.
Why Justice Killer, though?
It's part of his modus operandi. He kills his victims with a single gunshot to the head, then writes the word justice somewhere in the room with the victim's blood.
Talk about melodramatic.
The police are stumped. This is the killer's 5th victim, and there isn't a single lead.
So you want me to investigate?
Not just yet. First, I need you to look at these sketches.
Okay, are these crime scene sketches?
You took crime scene sketches from the department?
Of course not. I made copies with the station's Pharaoh duplicator.
Cool.
These killings need to stop, and I believe you can succeed where the department has so far failed.
So, what am I looking for?
The police went over each crime scene with a fine-toothed comb and turned up practically no useful physical evidence. I want a second opinion from you.
Okay.
If you can find some sort of link between them, it might be possible to track this monster down.
It's a shot in the dark. I can't guarantee I'll find anything the police didn't see, but it's worth a look.
Here are the 4 sketches. Have a look at them and see if you notice anything that might help us find this maniac.
Okay, right, so we've got the sketches. Let's go left to right, shall we? Okay, let's have a look. There's the body.
If only you hadn't told Adelaide about me, I might share my thoughts with you. As it is, you're on your own.
Oh, shut up, Bill. Bill's starting to get a little bit aggressive, isn't he?
What's the point? It's not like you're actually going to be able to investigate this case.
Well, we'll see, won't we? Justice. Anything else? Anything else? A flower.
Whoever drew this was a hack. That looks more like a piece of toast than a flower.
How does that look like a piece of toast? Okay. Anything else in this picture? The body? No. Okay. Fine. Sketch number 2. Okay, so we've got justice again.
I'm sure this is terribly relevant, but I've got nothing to say about it.
Good. We don't want to hear what you've got to say anyway, Bill. Okay, the body.
I don't feel like looking at dead bodies right now. Is there something more exciting we could be doing?
No, there isn't. Okay, nothing there. Okay, there's a flower again.
Were you hoping for some witty insight? Shame, because you're not getting any.
I wonder if the killer's leaving a flower at every crime scene? Let's see if it's on this one as well. Yes, it is, look. The killer is leaving this and a flower. Now, we had the flower shop right at the beginning of the game when Bill got killed, didn't we? So I wonder if it all does tie into Bill's death in some way.
Boring.
God, he's becoming very hostile. There's a safe there, but we can't click on it.
Yeah, he's dead. Big deal. I'm really not in the mood to be analyzing crime scene sketches right now.
Whatever, Bill. You just get on with what you're doing. Yep, flower
Boring,
again.
just like everything else in this sketch.
Interesting.
Oh, what? You actually found something without my help? I'm shocked.
Are you now? Okay, anything around the table in the mirror? No, nothing on the picture.
Wait, what's that? I see an important clue. Just kidding.
He's becoming very distracting, isn't he?
Maybe you should write crazy over your bed.
Okay, well. I think that's probably about it.
Upton?
What is it, Fordham?
Okay, crime scene sketch. Let's ask about herself first.
Everything all right with you?
Oh, I'm getting by. I expect things to go back to normal once this killer is caught.
I haven't worn out my welcome here yet, have I?
No, you're still tolerable. But when was the last time you washed your hair?
You're starting to sound like Adelaide.
Alright, crime scene sketches.
About those crime scene sketches.
Yes?
How did you get the sketches? I believe I found a connection. We know how she got the sketches.
I think I found a connection.
I knew you would. What is it?
Position of the bodies, no, it's different. The flowers at each scene.
There's a single flower at each crime scene. They look deliberately placed.
There is? Let me have a look.
Yep.
You're right. One lily at each scene.
Wait, what did you say?
These flowers, they're lilies. Easter lilies, I think.
Right.
I don't believe it.
Upton, this is incredible. This is the lead I've been searching for.
What? You mean for another case?
The flower shop burglar. He was stealing Easter lilies. And I distinctly remember him saying something about his desire to uphold justice.
Oh, yeah!
At the time, I thought it was just the rambling of a lunatic, but now it seems so obvious.
So the flower shop burglar is the justice killer?
It seems too much of a coincidence otherwise.
Well, then that's wonderful. You can kill two birds with one stone.
So it is all linked.
Excellent work, Fordham. I knew you could do it.
So it is all linked. Alright, let's ask about the justice killer.
What exactly are the details regarding this justice killer?
The killings began a few months ago, and so far he's claimed 5 victims. The department wanted to keep this information out of the public eye to prevent a panic, but word has gotten out. On the bright side, it makes your involvement in the case much less suspicious.
Okay, let's ask about the previous victims.
What can you tell me about the previous victims?
4 men from Chumley: Hannibal Kirkland, Reggie Willingham, Ennis Bowditch, and Burley Cause. No known connection between any of them aside from the borough they lived in.
Right.
I have copies of the police reports from each of the crime scenes. Go ahead and take them.
Thank you, Upton.
Nice. Okay, so we've got a lot of documents added, potentially. And an objective added. Latest victim.
What are the details regarding the killer's latest victim?
As I mentioned, the victim is Percival McDonough, a member of Parliament. He was found this morning by his secretary in his office. I expect the official investigation is still underway.
So the killer managed to get into the Houses of Parliament. No easy feat.
Yeah.
You can say that again. It's the killer's first high-profile victim. It means he's getting bolder.
I suppose I'll have to drop by and see for myself.
Okay, another objective added.
I should get back to it.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, let's get back to it. Right, so where are we investigating first then?
I think I have enough information to get started. I think I'll begin with...
Odd. I wasn't expecting company.
Someone's at the door.
Chief Snelling?
Oh, God.
Upton, we need to talk.
Not Snelling.
Fordham, I should have guessed I'd find you here.
Chief Snelling, what a pleasant surprise. You're the last person I expected to see today. Shouldn't you be out trying to catch the justice killer? What a pleasant surprise. Let's be nice.
Ah, Chief Snelling. What a pleasant surprise.
I'm equally pleased to see you, Fordham. Although having you here does save me a bit of trouble.
Trouble?
Okay.
Those are some rather interesting decorations.
Oh.
Would either of you care to explain how they got here?
They just appeared.
And once again, the jig is up. I hope you can talk your way out of this one, too.
I took the sketches from the police department myself. I asked Upton to get those sketches for me. I told Upton it was wrong to take those sketches. Let's not sell Upton out. Let's just say we did it.
I brought them.
Which could get us in
After I made
trouble,
duplicates
actually.
and took them from the police department.
Nice try, Fordham, but I know for a fact that isn't true.
How?
The Ferroduplicator makes a report of every employee who uses it, as well as what was copied. Another useful feature for instances such as these. Wouldn't you agree?
These gadgets are going to be the undoing of us all.
In any case, I did some digging and discovered some intriguing information.
Did you?
Upton, why have you been passing on classified police information to Mr. Fordham?
Because he's the best detective you ever had on the force, and you know it.
Yeah.
Is that right? Personally, I don't consider getting your partner killed the mark of a great detective. But what's done is done. Constance Upton, your employment with the New Britannia Police Department is hereby terminated.
Oh, no.
But
I should add that it's only because of your 25 years of dedicated service that I'm not pressing charges against you. But as for you, Fordham, I have enough evidence to place you under arrest for obstruction of justice and interfering with police investigations. Do you have anything to say in your defense before I take you in for questioning?
I know who the Justice Killer is. Upton, a little help here. This is all Upton's fault. We don't know who the Justice Killer is, to be quite honest. A little help here, Upton. Could we lie about... I don't know if lying's a good idea here. We don't want to blame Upton for it. Should we ask for a bit of help?
Wait, Upton, tell him what we found.
Fordham found a link in the sketches. He's got a lead on the Justice Killer.
Upton, if this is your idea of a diversion...
It's true. I found a link in the sketches of the crime scenes.
All right, let's hear it then. What do you think you found?
Flowers.
I'll tell you if you promise to let me take the case.
Out of the question, Fordham. This is a police matter.
And the police haven't made progress in months. Fordham figured it out in a matter of minutes. Admit it, Snelling. Fordham is your best shot at finding the killer. Are you gonna let your personal differences put the people of this city in danger?
Fine. I'll let you continue to operate as an assistant in this case, if you have actually found something of value. Now, what is this link?
He leaves a single Easter lily at each crime scene. The same type of flowers the burglar and the chum was stealing.
I see. A tenuous link, but plausible.
Very plausible.
I'll give you until tomorrow afternoon. If you haven't come up with anything, I'm throwing you in jail.
Well, that's an incentive.
Sounds fair to me.
And don't get any clever ideas about leaving town, either.
Come now, would I do something like that?
Fordham, it seems there's no telling what you might do. I'm probably a fool for not clapping you in irons right here and now. When you have something to report, come find me in my office. Don't make me regret this.
Okay. It looks like we've got a chance before we go to jail. Feel sorry for Upton.
That went better than I expected.
Except you're still fired. I didn't have a chance to get him to change his mind.
We'll worry about that after you catch the killer. In the meantime, I could use a drink. I'll see you later, Fordham.
Oh, it's kind of deep that we got her fired.
Well, better get to work then. The clock is ticking.
I'm guessing Bill isn't going to be much help. Well, guys, it looks like we're on the trail of the Justice Killer, so it is linked to Bill's death after all. So we're going to have to figure this one out. So as always, thank you very much for watching. A big thank you to my patrons, Arcades Games, Wayne, Nate, Terminally Nerdy, Paul from the Phantom Fellows, Lyle, Barry Aldridge, and Hobo for all the support on the channel. I really do appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.